Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I wanted to share a beautiful story with you on this beautiful Friday in Ramadan. The story takes place in a village called Yaku in Burkina Faso, West Africa. There was a man named Abdul Wahab who used to live in that village named Yaku. And the village had animists and object worshippers as well as Muslims as well. And he was really eager to learn more about Islam and to teach his people and to teach himself as well. So he decided to take a journey by foot in 1895 to Timbuktu, which is in current-day Mali. I Googled it, and it would be a 5-day journey, 5 days and 5 hours, and with a river in the middle. So he decided to take this journey. He goes and studies there for years. And after studying for years in that general area of Timbuktu, Mali, Mauritania, Guinea, he actually becomes a scholar in his own right and starts teaching and has hundreds of students that love him. After about 20 years in 1915, he decides to pack his bags and go back home to Yaku. As he's leaving, 80 plus of his students join him with their families and their bags, and this becomes a caravan. When the village chief learns of this return and this caravan, he sends fighters to stop them. And fighters and the people of knowledge, they meet, and the people of knowledge tell the fighters that, look, we're not interested in fighting. If you don't want us in Yaku, we won't come to Yaku. We'll just call this land home. The land beneath their feet they called home, and that village was named Alhamdulillah. They named the village Alhamdulillah. And they continued to learn and teach in that village. Matter of fact, a lot of visitors would come to the village and learn from Sheikh Abdul Wahab and the students there who were also teachers in their own right. And they would even write entire books to pass on to these visitors and to save for themselves. Some books for memory and others they were copying as well. Writing pieces of the Mus'haf by hand. Writing a hadith like from Bukhari and the Muwatta of Imam Malik, and writing these things by hand and preserving them. Until this day, there's books of tafsir and hadith and fiqh that are preserved in this village from late 1800s, early 1900s. These books are preserved in this village, our Islamic legacy. Slowly but surely, after several years in the late 1950s, Abdul Wahab passes away, may Allah grant him Jannah. And by the mid-1980s, his students also pass away, and the legacy of knowledge starts to die. One of his grandsons in 2007, Khalid, decides to go to Azhar and study. Matter of fact, he graduates in 2007 and from Azhar and goes to the States to give da'wah. He ends up getting married there and living there for some time. In 2014, for the first time, he returned to the village, and he found it in a very horrible state where the masjid his grandfather had built had collapsed, the roof had collapsed, and nobody was praying there. And even the village's condition was horrible. And what he found is that this place, which was a beacon of knowledge, and it became a place of illiteracy. All the kids that he met, his cousins' kids, none of them could even read or write. So he decided to change that situation, and inshallah, I'm involved with him in this project to create a school in village Alhamdulillah. They don't have a school, and there's not a school in the 90-mile radius. So please learn more about the history and see the pictures for yourself of the manuscripts that are preserved there. And there's a video on the website I'm about to give you of Sheikh Khalid telling you about his village's history and his family history. So it's very interesting. Listen to it. The website is villagealhamdulillah.com. Villagealhamdulillah.com, and I'll type it out right now. So make this your Friday deed. Listen to it and contribute. Assalamu alaikum.